What's up, community? It's Rocky here. Let's have a chat. So today I want to talk about bottom surgery, specifically phalloplasty, in relationship to trans non-binary folks, because I feel like phalloplasty is very dominated by a binary narrative, and I want to be able to create some space for trans non-binary folks who may be thinking about pursuing phalloplasty. So I just want to share my experience and my journey and how that has unfolded. So I think I need to preface this by saying that I believe that phalloplasty is like by far the most stigmatized surgery among trans folks. And of course, the surgery that cis people happen to have the most opinions about. My theory on the why, I think it's because, as a society, we are so obsessed with the cis penis. It's just such a sacred entity that we couldn't fathom the idea of transformation, or in other words, how it would feel like, what it would look like, and most importantly, how it would exist in a trans body that's not binary, right? And at the same time, I also want to acknowledge that the penis is such a symbol of so much oppression and so much violence and erasure, and I think that folks end up conflating the fact that trans people want to pursue avenues that make them feel more like themselves with trans people wanting to embody violence, and those things are completely different, okay? I think as a trans non-binary person pursuing phalloplasty, I am creating such magical avenues to really challenge the norm when it comes to how penis feel or looks, and how it exists in my body, which is not a cis conforming body. Even though I am masculine presenting, I am not and have no aspirations of being anything like a trans guy or just a man. So I think there's so much potential and so much magic that can happen here. And just also from a more practical point of view, I think phalloplasty is just another gender-affirming surgery, and just like any other gender-affirming surgery, it can save lives. And phalloplasty has, from what I have researched and from what I have read, it can have up to 100% satisfaction rates, which can seem absurd. And even if that number was significantly lower, it would still be pretty big and something to consider. And when I read about that, it kind of blew my mind. So I'm also going to compile a whole bunch of links, so feel free to look in the description to things that I referenced in this video. Yeah, so when I read that really blew my mind, and I was one of those people that were highly, highly misinformed and just plain old ignorant, when it came to phalloplasty. I was one of those people that, were the technology's not there. I'm not going to do it because it's not going to look good enough. It's not going to do what I want it to do. It's just, technology is just not there. And that's just not true, okay? So there's a lot of myths and stigma surrounding phalloplasty. and I really, really invite people to read more about it. One of the books that really helped me affirm myself into my choice is a book called Hungary. It's super, super, super duper binary. So if you're a non-binary person, you will find yourself highly frustrated throughout the entire book with so many binary and like really like cis-driven narratives that I like rolled my eyes at for a lot of those. But the point being was that it's a great compilation of the history of phalloplasty throughout like different decades, and just hearing everyone's stories just was super, super inspiring and super, super affirming to me. So even though it didn't speak to my own identity, it spoke to the fact that these people made choices, and even though they were difficult choices and it's not an easy surgery, like folks still felt more like themselves, and it was still a surgery worth pursuing. So that felt really great, and then I joined a few groups and was able to get a lot of my answers also there and create a sense of community and even meet up in person to be able to connect more on a one-on-one level. So that was really, really great, and all of those things really helped me through it. Another thing that really helped me was therapy, which I have access to. I'm fortunate enough to have access to. So I also talked through my process in there, and also having a network of people who love you and support you for who you are and want you to see excited and want you to see, want to see you happy and just like feel more like yourself is invaluable. So I also happen to be surrounded by those people, and also happen to have a partner who is super supportive of my identity. I think for me, the most important part of this piece is not feeling lesser than because I want phalloplasty, not feeling like I am conforming to some like masculine norm, not feeling like I can't be trans and non-binary anymore because I'm pursuing phalloplasty. So yeah, I went and turned the light on because it was getting a little dark. As the story unfolds, the sun is going down. So if you also want to take a look at a previous video where I talked about coming to terms with my own non-binary trans identity, check it out over here. I cannot stand watching that video. It was recorded a while ago and I just cringe at myself, but it's my most viewed video and I think a lot of y'all really relate to it, so please be my guest. So a little bit more about this journey on phalloplasty. I am flying to Texas, Dr. Santucci, to start my phalloplasty in a couple of weeks, and I'm using my thigh as my donor site. I'm not gonna go into like the differences between your arm or your thigh or your back because there's plenty of videos that you can watch about that. But I'm doing that. I am skipping urethral lengthening, which is the part that gives you the most complications, and I'm totally fine doing that. And yeah, I'll be in a month in Texas and I'll be posting definitely updates on how that's going. I am fortunate enough to have a partner who is so supportive of my identity and has been such a champ into this whole process. She's also queer, so anyone is game for her, and I wasn't worried about issues of attraction, so that's a huge, huge relief, just taken out of my shoulders, because, that wasn't the case previously, and that caused me to just turn inwards a lot and not being able to talk about it because of shame and because of fear of being rejected physically. So it's just nice not to have that worry. I have to say though, if you're in a situation where that's the case, one, talk a lot about it, and two, never prioritize anyone else's needs before yours. It sounds a little harsh, but this is a big decision that's gonna impact you in such a deep and profound way, and you shouldn't be making this decision based off anyone else but yourself, because you will find people who will love you with that body. So just throwing that out there. So yeah, I'm super excited to go on this journey and to share a little bit of how it goes with you. I would try to do some daily updates too on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, please do. I'll put the link below. And I hope this was informative, and I would love to hear your experience or how your process is going and discuss it a little bit more. So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll catch up with you soon.